Okay, good morning, JW. Welcome to day 2 of our e-learning program. The first thing I'd like to say, the first thing I'm going to say is good morning. Today is Tuesday, March 24th. It's an A day, if you're keeping track. And then I'll start by saying, here's what's going to be important about this whole process. I'm actually reading the comments right now through the live chat, and one of the things I think you guys have to remember is there's our social side of technology and there's going to be our new school side of technology. So this is the school side of the technology. So I want you to be really careful about what you write in those comments. They're there, and I think one of the things we have to remember is if we want to take this e-learning piece seriously, you need to follow the same rules you would in school. And by the way, Avi, just because I'm a Gen Xer doesn't mean I don't know how to use a computer. Anytime you want to come to my office and I can show you, I can do some pretty cool things too. So, I want to thank you all for the feedback. I love getting your emails. I love you asking the questions, giving me ideas for what to put in the next edition of the morning news. I'm going to try doing it just about every morning, 9:05, same time. So keep those emails coming. I want to see them. I want to get ideas from you on what you want to hear about, what you want to know, questions you have. So there was that original Google form that I put in the distance learning classroom. If you have things you want me to answer or talk about, just put them in that form, and I'll check it every day or so I know what you want to know about. So I thought, at least for the first few days, we could work on some tips and tricks for this whole e-learning deal we're all adventuring on together. It's going to be tricky because your teachers are trying to put enough work into your Google Classrooms so that you have enough to do. But on the other hand, that can become kind of overwhelming because you go into that Google Classroom and see all that work that you need to do. So there are a few ways to do it. And again, as I said in the webcast we did yesterday, it depends on you. If you're someone who goes into that Google Classroom and says, oh my God, there's so much work here, how am I going to finish it? Set a time. You're only in that class for 40 minutes a day, so do 40 minutes of work. And even think about it this way too. A lot of times that 40 minutes really turns out to be, 35, 30, depending on the day, 20 minutes of instruction and you doing work. So measure it that way. Even if you set a timer on your phone or on anything you have to set a timer in your house, whether it's on the oven, the microwave, whatever. When that bell goes off after the 40 minutes, start moving on to something else. Take a 5-minute break, take a 10-minute break, take a 15-minute break. You have to remember that a 6-hour school day has a lot of stuff in it that isn't work. It's got lunch, it's got passing time, it's got homeroom, it's got the reading time, it's got flex, it's got activity. I don't think we expect you as your teachers to be working, a full 6 hours straight every day. You have to do what's going to work for you. So I think I showed you what our schedule looked like yesterday. If you want to go back, if you didn't get a chance to see it, it's on our YouTube channel. But I think I might spend some time tomorrow just talking about, making the list, making the schedule. Avi, there are certain ways you could even do it on the computer that I can show you that, from Google Tasks to reminders to all those different things. So I guess the easiest way to say it is, and again, I know that all your teachers are thinking about it this way, you have to do what's going to work for you. Spend the time you need to spend in the classroom, whether it's 40 minutes, whether you want to work a little bit more on math because you have more math to do than you do social studies for that particular time, or you finished your social studies. You have a lot of independence, and you really get to show us how well you can deal with the independence. We've talked about it a bunch of times before that middle school is that time where it becomes important that you move from the elementary school where it's very formatted and all your time is accounted for, and then you have the high school where you have a lot of freedom. You're really in charge of your day. Middle school is that time to practice doing that. And again, if there's anything good that comes out of this, it's going to be that our students, you, really get a chance to work on independence and show us how well you're going to do with your freedom. In fact, I'm going to post in a little while. Mr. Foxon did a Tuesday talk, He recorded it. I'm going to post it to the YouTube channel. So as soon as I sign off here, I'll upload that video. So you'll get to see Mr. Foxon in his Tuesday talk that really, I think he did a really good job choosing it because it speaks exactly to what we're all learning how to do yesterday, today, and in the next few weeks. The other thing I want to say is if you are struggling with work completion, you just can't get it done, things are happening, don't stress. Email your teachers, let them know, tell them that, I'm having a really hard time getting through this, here's the reason why. If they can help you, great. I'm sure they will. They're going to give you, what you need to get through it. But the last thing anybody wants you to do is to look at all that work in the Google Classroom and say, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. I can't do this. Don't do that. If you're feeling that way, reach out to your teachers. They'll come up with a plan to help you get through it in the right way. Yeah, in a lot of ways, all we have is time right now. So use it, but get through the work at your own pace, however you can do it. The second part of this that I want to talk about quickly is how are you guys keeping busy at home? I'm sure there's some new routines out there. You're trying to figure out some days to finding out some ways or figuring out some ways to fill your days. One of the things we're doing in my house, and I don't know if this is something that you guys could do at your house, is every night, actually, my wife doesn't do it, it's just me and my two sons. Every night, one of us gets to choose a movie, and the other two have to watch no matter what. So, while we're trying to be kind to each other, every day we plan out our movie, we let them know, okay, here's what Infinity War, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Good Burger, Red Dawn, the original, not that awful remake that they made a few years ago. We watched The Martian, and last night we watched The Temple of Doom. So I'm sure that we'll watch Raiders of the Ark Last Crusade sometime in the next few nights. I haven't decided what I'm going to watch quite yet. So I think that's where I'm going to end it today. I'm getting all kinds of texts from people right now. Have a great day. It is going to be nice out today, so if you can, get outside. I know we're going to try to at least take a walk, maybe go hiking. Just do it in a way that you're staying away from as many people as possible. But get outside, get some fresh air, get some exercise. I promise it'll make you feel better. And with that, that's it. I will see you.